ceremony, and a special welcome to the class of 2016. At this time, the Woodbury High School Air Force Junior ROTC cadets will present the colors. Please stand as our concert choir, under the direction of Mr. Darrell Timmer, sings our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Before we begin, I would like to introduce several special guests with us this afternoon. District 833 School Board members, Miss Tracy Brunette, Miss Katie McElway-Stevens, Miss Katie Schwartz, Mr. Joe Slavin, Miss Sharon Van Leer, and Miss Michelle Whitty. Also present today is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Keith Jacobus, and Assistant Superintendents, Mr. Mike Johnson and Miss Julie Nielsen. Our Woodbury High School administrators, Mr. Jason Gagnon and Miss Alicia Busnick. And seated behind our students, Miss Ginger Garski and Mr. Mark Canton. Joining me also on stage is our honor staff speaker, Miss Marcia Swales. It is with great pleasure that I also present to you our additional honor staff, selected by this class of 2016. Please stand and remain standing until I have named all staff. at which time we will honor you with our applause. Mr. Mark Andrews, Miss Hank Freeman, Mr. Kent Getzlaff, Miss Teresa Von Ruden Forshear, Miss Cindy Lanick, Mr. Roland Sadarin, Miss Marcia Swales, Mr. Greg Waugh, Mr. Ted Welsh, and Mr. Andy Hill. We also have several department chairs present today. Mr. Steve Killian from the Science Department, Mr. Daryl Timmer from the Music Department, Mr. Bobby Nunn from the English Department, Mr. Roland Sadarin from the Social Studies Department, and Miss Lisa Hyland, our AVID Coordinator and Student Achievement Specialist. Please stand to be recognized. Finally, I would like to ask all teachers and school staff in the audience from both Woodbury High School and District 833 to stand and be recognized. I know there are several of you up in the press box. As you look at our staff members, I invite you to please picture the hundreds of dedicated educational professionals who have worked with these students and their parents to make this day possible. The class of 2016 is composed of excellent students who have done outstanding work at Woodbury High School. We have 11 students who will be graduating summa cum laude with distinction, signifying a cumulative grade point average of 4.3 or above. And 49 members of this class have a cumulative GPA of a 4.0 or higher. Please take note of them in your program. In addition, a total of 194 students wear an honor stole for their outstanding scholarship. At this time, would all students with honor stoles please stand and receive our applause? Thank you. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the summa cum laude with distinction speakers representing the class of 2016. Madison Buchholz, Jessica Chu, Jane Crosby Schmidt, Hannah Jo Hamilton, William Ho, Michelle Mao, Yuka Nakado, Adarsh Hudiyeth, John Sampson, Blake Swanson, and Gavin Thomas.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed staff, family, friends, mom, and of course, my fellow graduates. My name is Gavin Thomas, and first, I want to say thank you. We've been blessed with some of the most intelligent, personable, and dedicated teachers in the country, parents and role models that have taught us valuable lessons on how to have balance in our lives, and a class that values the spirit of academic competition in a rare sense that even though we all compete in the classroom, we help and support each other. At Woodbury, there's no social stigma that goes along with being smart, or some people say, a nerd. Rather, success in the classroom is respected and it's championed. For this, I also want to say thank you. Not once was I bullied or harassed for putting my 100% effort into my classes, or saying that I couldn't hang out because I needed to study. Rather, I was accepted for who I am, an idiosyncratic goofball with a desire to learn. I would not have gotten through high school if not for some of the late-night study sessions I've had with many of my classmates. We spent enough time working on projects together and tutoring each other that I know whenever I go into Caribou, I will see someone I know from school. So the 11 of us here will share with you what we've learned the past 4 years of high school. Every day before we stepped out on the lacrosse field, my coach said, "Don't let past success dictate future effort." I'm going to repeat that. Don't let past success dictate future effort. As a class, we've accomplished many great things, but we can't let what we've achieved be the peak of our journey. The only way for us to continue being successful is to work harder than we have in high school. And although we can't control our talent, or many other circumstances for that matter, we have direct control over how hard we work. And as Dr. Dre asks, what's the difference between me and you? The difference between our high school and the rest of the country is simple: effort. We have a drive and work ethic that is unparalleled. Don't be the person who says, "I could have done that if I tried." Be the person who, as my lacrosse coach says, leaves it out all on the field, and you will be rewarded. So I implore each and every one of you to go out into life controlling your destiny the only way you can, by putting in the hard work. Thank you.
When you get to high school, the 4th of July weekend can come with an anticipation of a different kind. For some of us, the fireworks may be associated with our AP test scores that are revealed that very week. Especially like when I bombed my AP Human Geography test. My name is Adarsh Padiyat, and yes, it was a tragedy. It was my first ever AP exam, and I had failed. I went through the usual oohs and ahs. These are college level courses. I'm only in 9th grade. The teacher never covered what was on the exam. Maybe they didn't correct my paper right. Maybe I did the bubble sheet all wrong. And of course, maybe I just can't handle AP courses. After the embers had cooled, I realized that I would need to get a grip on the situation. After all, I had plans to take 2 more advanced courses in 10th grade and many more beyond. You're already familiar with the subject now. You just need to work hard to memorize, retain the critical information, and master the skill of taking the test. I know you can do it, my mom said. So after strong encouragement from her, I decided to take the AP Human Geography exam again the following year. I could have just let it go and chalked it up to being a novice at AP, but I'm glad I decided to retake it. Armed with determination, I studied hard. I took as many practice tests as I could fit in and just plain put in the time. I did learn a lot about human geography, but I also learned a lot about the human power of persistence. And I realized that success cannot be achieved without determination. The following year, fireworks illuminated the sky. I had passed with flying colors. Sweet success at last. This little experience taught me that we may all encounter setbacks in our paths, and we will have to persevere to recover from them. We may have to work harder, and we may have to make sacrifices along the way. But those who persist, no matter the obstacles, sooner or later are bound to get to the finish line. As the famous philosopher Confucius said, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So let the fireworks begin.
We are all gathered in this room today for one similar reason: to celebrate our work and accomplishments over the past 4 years. Up until this point, we have shared many of the same experiences. We have attended Woodbury High School and participated in many of the same classes with the same teachers. However, starting next year, the paths our lives have taken will now diverge. We will branch out to many new locations to learn about new things and take in new experiences. We are at a pivotal point in our lives when we will now have to make many decisions about where our lives will lead us next. This time of great change can sometimes bring about a feeling of fear. Although we may not know what will happen next, this transition can help us grow to be better and stronger people. As FDR once said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. We can learn to take risks, to learn from our mistakes, and to learn to trust ourselves. As a class, we are passionate about a variety of interests. One activity I participated in throughout high school was dance. I once had a dance teacher tell me, "No one will believe in you until you start believing in yourself." Over the years, I have realized that there is a lot of truth behind these few words. Too often we rely on others for approval before we gain any confidence in ourselves. However, we cannot rely on others for our success. We need to determine our own success. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. We cannot determine everything in life, but what we can control is how we react to situations and what we learn from them. We should not let obstacles out of our control determine where we go in life. Rather, we need the confidence and courage to determine our own path. We have to let go of the hope that everything in life will go exactly according to our plan, because that is an unrealistic expectation. Even if these last 4 years of high school have not been absolutely perfect, we now have the opportunity to push ourselves in a direction that will help us reach our goals and grow as individuals. Next year, we have all chosen different paths. However, it is not so much about the specific path you have chosen, but what you plan to do with it. There are opportunities everywhere. As we embark on this new and exciting journey, I am so excited to see what the Woodbury High School class of 2016 will accomplish in the years ahead.
November 7th, 2012. More than 60 teenagers are dancing on stage in the Woodbury High School auditorium, belting louder as they near the end of the finale of the musical Fame. Hi, I'm Jane Crosby Schmidt, and I was one of those students, step touching to the best of my ability atop a 4-foot-high platform upstage right. What happened next has become part of Royal Theatre lore. I stepped down from the platform to go to my ending pose right along the front of the stage, and next thing I knew, I was lying on my side with a face full of black velour curtain. That's how I learned the steps ended about a foot from the edge of the platform. I have always been a klutz, but I've also been dancing since I was 6. I joined my studio's competition team in 6th grade, and a few months before freshman year, I auditioned for one of the advanced lines. I didn't make it. Instead, I was placed on an intermediate line. I was devastated. But it turned out to be one of the best things to happen to me. Not only did I get to continue dancing at a level that was challenging and fun for me, but if I had been on that advanced line, I wouldn't have had time to do theater or choir or orchestra. Don't get me wrong, dance takes up a lot of my time. I take class, assistant teach, and have choreographed for several musicals, including Thoroughly Modern Millie this past fall. Yes, it is ironic that I fell off a platform in my freshman year musical and was assistant choreographer my senior year. But what I have realized over the past 4 years is that I can't define myself by one aspect of who I am. I'm a dancer and a klutz. I'm an AP student and a thespian. I'm a singer and a violinist. Now, like all of you, I've taken my fair share of challenging classes during my time at Woodbury, but I've also taken orchestra all 4 years and choir the last 3 because my music classes make me happy. That's it. I didn't do it for my college applications. I didn't do it because I intend to major in music or become a professional performer. I took 7 years worth of music because it brings me joy. So what's my point? Well, when we go off on our next great adventure, we won't stop being ourselves. By all means, be practical about what you study and what you do with your time, but don't forget that you are a complex person. You can't be defined by a single major or career, so don't limit your experiences because of it. Prepare for your career, work hard in your classes, but don't forget to be yourself. Do the things that make you feel fulfilled. Do the things that make your community a better and brighter place. Do the things that make you excited to get out of bed in the morning. Do the things that make your life a life worth living.
Discomfort can be defined in many ways. Making the trek to school when it's below 30, waiting for hours on end at graduation for your child's 10 seconds of fame, not to mention figuring out how to wear these strange shaped caps. My name is Michelle Mao, and today I'm going to talk about why discomfort isn't necessarily a bad thing. I decided to audition for choir at the end of my sophomore year, almost on a complete whim. Up until this point, I never thought I'd take a music class in high school. It was just something I'd never considered. But I had some fine arts credits to fulfill, so I thought, why not? The past 2 years of making music with some of the best people I know have only cemented joining choir as one of the best decisions I've ever made. And this is only possible because I took a risk in stepping outside of my comfort zone. The problem with comfort zones is right in the name. They're comfortable. And that's why it's so easy to stay entrenched in them. Of course, it's easier to surround yourself with familiarity. However, doing so blinds you to a world of opportunity. For it's only through experiencing discomfort, stress, strain, and the unknown that we are able to truly grow. Thomas Edison didn't find the right filament for his light bulb without trying 1,000 other materials first. Toddlers don't learn to walk without first falling a million times along the way. And J.K. Rowling wasn't published until her first manuscript of what became the Harry Potter series was rejected 12 times. Nobody would discover, create, build, invent, achieve anything if they didn't push the boundaries of what they were comfortable with. These next few years are going to be a period of incredible growth for each of us graduating here today. This is it. Everything that's become familiar to us in the last 4 years is coming to an end. Whether you're working, taking a gap year, or becoming a freshman once again in the weeks and months that follow, change is inevitable. So, class of 2016, when the opportunity presents itself, I dare you to embrace discomfort and the chance to grow that comes with. You might just find out that it was worth it.
Humans have always been fascinated with the concept of time. Many say it is a line, others a circle, and some suggest that time is merely a construct of the human mind. I think that everyone can agree that it is confusing. How can the 5 minutes between 3 o'clock and 3:05 feel like an hour, and the rest of the day feel like 5 minutes? In 2003, the Spirit and Opportunity Mars rovers were launched with sundials on them that Bill and I helped design. When asked about the sundials, he commented, "When we see the shadow on our images, are we seeing the time 11 minutes ago on Mars? Or are we seeing the time on Mars as observed from Earth now? It's like time travel problems in science fiction. When is now? When was then?" Hi, I'm John Sampson. I was a part of the Science Olympiad team this year for about 3 weeks, and competed in the astronomy event, so I am basically an expert. But, to be honest, I do not understand what I just quoted. We cannot all be the science guy. However, for all intents and purposes, time will only travel in one direction for all of us here today. You cannot go back along the line and change the past. For example, I will never be able to travel back in time and wake up for that AP Gov test that I missed. Yes, this kid, who is standing up here telling you how to live your life, slept through his last AP test. On the flip side, we cannot see or go into the future no matter how hard some of us tried. I have 2 words for you: weather forecasts. Now, I know that many of you may be daydreaming about something as I drone on and on about geometry and other things, but even more of you probably haven't ever paid much attention to geometry in class. I would like to briefly consider what you are thinking about. Is it what you're going to order at some restaurant once you get out of here? Could it be your plans for this summer? Or maybe you're just thinking about nothing. Well, all these questions are important, some more than others, but I urge you, Woodbury High School class of 2016, to focus on where you are and take action in the present. The past and future cannot be changed, but we all have the choice to make the most of when we are. Please don't get me wrong. I believe that goals and aspirations are important if you want to succeed and achieve your dreams. But you must be careful. They can steer you in the right direction or distract you from what really matters, until you realize, like I did one day last winter, that the only words you said to your mom over the past 24 hours were hi, bye, good night, and thanks. Therefore, do not let the mistakes of the past dictate your actions in the now. Do not let the worries of the future blind you to the joys of the present. Walk mindfully through your life. Seize every moment and savor it as if it is your last. And always remember the wise words of Master Wagner. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
people say that everything happens for a reason. I don't agree with that. Some things that happen in this world are just plain wrong and happen for no good reason at all. However, I do believe that one decision leads to another. No matter how small and unimportant that decision is, each step we take leads us to another step down our different paths of life. Hi, I'm Jessica Chu, and looking back, I realize that this holds true, even for a decision I unconsciously made at the young age of 3. Like most little girls, I enrolled in dance classes early on at the encouragement of my parents, pretty twirly dresses, and shiny black shoes. My enthusiasm for dance ended there. Soon after starting, I refused to participate, preferring to sit by myself in the corner, far away from the eyes of all the parents watching their own child through the glass windows of the studio. After forcefully carrying me into dance class for an entire week, my parents finally relented and enrolled me in a different sport, gymnastics. So began my gymnastics career at the age of 4. I never imagined I would stick with it for so long. For the past 7 years, I spent 20 hours a week practicing in the gym. The time commitment I gave to gymnastics was huge, but I wouldn't give it up for anything. Because I know that long after I stopped flipping, the skills I learned, courage, balance, perseverance, and strength, will stick with me for the rest of my life. As we face one of the greatest transitions so far in our lives, the transition into adulthood, take each day one step at a time, one small decision at a time. Use your common sense, but also remember to follow your heart. Have confidence in the person you are, your courage, your inner strength. If you can do that, you won't go wrong. Finally, know you are not alone. You have a whole community behind you. Friends, family, teachers, coaches, who all care about you. None of us would be graduating today if not for the support of all these important people in our lives. And even after graduation, although you may not always see them, know that when you need these people most, the truly important ones will always be there.
Hello, I'm Hannah Jo Hamilton. I want to start by thanking the previous speakers and expressing my gratitude for the opportunity to speak to you today. I promise to keep these final remarks short so we can sooner begin our walk across this stage and into the next phase of our lives. All of us arrived at this point filled with values, beliefs, and ideas that we've accumulated over the years. Some as a result of how we were raised, some absorbed from our peers, and some as a result of a book, class, or particularly influential teacher. Although we have each arrived at this moment with diverse beliefs, what we all share is that we are heading out into a wider world in which everything we think we know will be tested. My words today are thoughts on how not only to survive this test, but come out the other side wiser, stronger, and ready for the coming challenge. The values and beliefs that we have learned from experience are secure. No one who has gotten burned by touching a hot stove is likely to abandon their belief in avoiding hot surfaces, no matter who challenges that belief. Other beliefs and ideas arise from solid facts we have learned. Gravity is not a force to be trifled with when standing on the edge of a cliff, for example. The definition of a true belief is that upon which one is willing to act. One might say that's a strong rope, but only if one truly believes in its strength will they be willing to climb out on it. The problem arises with the set of values and beliefs that we have absorbed but neither tested nor truly examined, because it is not possible to defend what is not well understood. Most vulnerable are those that have been accepted on the word of an authority or peer, for they are the first to topple when new authorities and new peers insist on a different set of beliefs. This is why I challenge you to question authority and question everything, because everything isn't as it seems, and even if it is, you get a better understanding. So, as we spend this summer getting ready for the next stage of life, spending time with friends and family, saying goodbyes, sorting through papers, books, and mementos, as we select what to bring with us and what to throw away, it's a perfect time to think about our accumulated treasure, the beliefs that we hold most dear. So when we face the inevitable challenge to our deepest values, which will happen sooner or later, We will have a solid foundation on which to stand, from which we will have already sifted the fragile, shallow, borrowed, and unexamined, while keeping close the solid, defensible, and true. If this way of thinking becomes habit, we cease to merely inherit our values and beliefs, but instead build upon and inhabit those that have withstood examination, thereby bringing the best of our families, our philosophies, and our community with us wherever we go. Congratulations and best wishes to all of my fellow graduates. May we bring the best of our past with us into the bright future ahead.
At this time, I'd like to turn our attention to the Woodbury High School Concert Choir under the direction of Mr. Darrell Timmer as they perform Music's Empire by Lloyd Fouch. This year, Woodbury High School is privileged to welcome Ms. Marcia Swales to speak at graduation. Please join me in welcoming her.
As I look out with such affection at this sea of blue, I reflected on some lessons we've tried to teach you during your 4 years here at Woodbury. Things like, be yourself, to thine own self be true, don't follow the herd, that's bad, and, of course, Robert Frost's two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And then the irony sort of hit me that today, all of you who want so much to create your own individuality, you're sitting here dressed exactly alike. As many of you know, I'm retiring this year, a super senior deluxe. Where it only took you 4 years to get to today, it took me 30. Over those many years, I tried to impart lessons about things other than literature and writing. Life lessons that shaped who I am and possibly might have meaning for my students as well. I've told endless stories about my life, my adventures, and my own set of shenanigans. Having said that, I need to remind you that at the beginning of the year, you raised your right hand and you said, Swalesy, we solemnly swear, though what happens in room 261 stays in room 261, so help me Shakespeare. And I am counting on you to keep those shenanigans to yourselves. Ex-nay on the cow-nay. All right, so I thought that today I would teach my last class. No, you will not have to explicate anything, AP students, and no, there will not be a quiz when I finish. I would like to share some of the things the best teacher in my life, my mother, taught me. She passed away 6 years ago, but her sweet southern voice is still in my head and mostly in my heart. There's not a day that goes by when I don't miss her. Often, when I would screw up, she would start out by saying, Marcia Gale, I didn't raise you that way. What will the church people say? But then we'd get to the lesson. Lesson number 1. Kindness is free. There's just too much meanness in the world. And it's true. The law of karma says it best. What you put into the universe gives back to you. I've learned that when I'm kind, caring, and compassionate, people around me react similarly. And when I'm cranky, well, let me just say it's better to be kind. Mama would also say, happiness is a choice. Now, I know that being sad and down are normal emotions to have, but we do have the ability inside of us to choose how we react to life's challenges. It's kind of like the frog that leaped into the farmer's forgotten milking pail in the barn. Instead of giving up and drowning, the frog just kept on kicking. The next day, the farmer found a very happy frog sitting on one big lump of butter. This is my favorite. Mama would also say, the reason you need a big vocabulary is so you can tell someone to go to hell and make them look forward to the trip. Besides that one sentence, she never swore in her life, and often commented that people were becoming way too vulgar. When I first started teaching, you know, back in the olden times, if a student swore, he or she would end up in the principal's office. I remember my first year as a teacher, a ninth grade boy returned to class and sat very gingerly at his desk. It was the era of the paddle, and the principal evidently applied one swat with precision to this young man's hindquarters. I believe that boy could have benefited by working a little harder on learning some bigger words. The next one was huge to Mama. Send thank you notes. Now, I know it sounds like a lot of work, but there are people seated in this arena who will be giving you cards, gifts, and money for your graduation. They took the time to go to the store to pick a special card or gift or to write out a check just to let you know that you were special. So as Mama would often remind me, Marcia Gale, you can take 2 minutes to write a note. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but I said thanks like when I opened it. No, 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 no. And I want you to do this. Go to Target. Find some cards in a box that say, thank you. And then this is what you write. Dear blank. For instance, blank is grandma. Thank you so much for the blank. Be specific now. $50. Then throw in a sentence like, but most of all, thank you for being part of my life. Love, your name. Get some stamps, go to the post office, and mail them. Now, they like that. Parents and grandparents, if they don't do that, will you call me up? I'll come over to your house. Now, I have a couple of my own life lessons to add. Put down your stinking cell phones. Addiction to electronic devices is another irony. We hear so much about social media, and yet cell phones are creating some of the most anti-social behavior ever. I was at a restaurant the other day and saw a family sitting together and no one talked. Every person was on his or her cell phone. Conversation, real conversation, is becoming a lost art. Don't let your family feel that your cell phone is more important than they are. And last, never let a day go by where you don't tell the people most important to you that you love them. Losing mother actually taught me that too. You never know what is in store. Let the last words someone hears from you before you take off somewhere be ones that they will hear in their hearts just in case something happens. I want to tell you one last thing. You are some of the most wonderful human beings I have ever known. You have touched my life deeply. Many of you have dealt with some tough things this year. You've lost loved ones. You've worried about where to live. You've stressed over money, or jobs, or relationships, and those many other stresses that seniors face, like, will I pass? Or choosing a college, or writing scholarship letters, or battling the disease called senioritis. Yet you showed how strong you are, and how determined you are to create your life and your future, so that someday you can live purposefully and meaningfully. And you will. You are graduating from one of the best high schools in the state of Minnesota. You have been given wings to soar. After 30 years, I get to toss my cap into the air alongside you, and I wish you every success and happiness.
Next, I would like to introduce our 2016 student speakers, Alice Way, followed by Dylan Barrett.
How's this? Good? All right. Hello, class of 2016. I am so thrilled and happy to be able to stand here in front of you all. Guys, we made it. My speech today will hopefully make you smile, make you laugh, and maybe keep you awake with its lighthearted jokes. But if there are any snores in the crowd, just know that I will hear them and I will find you. 4 years at Woodbury made me realize and learn a lot. From high school, I found out I am very short, but mighty. I endured 4 years of teachers, subs, and students mispronouncing my last name as we when it's actually way. But that only made me stronger. Woodbury has undoubtedly shaped me into the person and leader I am today. I learned to speak in front of crowds, how to become more involved in my community, and most importantly, I learned that pushing off all your homework to the last night is not a good idea. All right, so I have a quick question for the crowd. Do you guys live by any life mottos? Yes? No? Okay. Well, whenever anyone asks me what my life motto is, I never really hesitate. I respond promptly with, life motto, easy. Alice way is the right way. I brilliantly made that up in like 4th grade and it just kind of stuck. One of my proudest moments, I'd say. Class of 2016, I hope one day my life motto will too be your life motto. But in all seriousness, whether you have one or not, always strive to be anything you want. I kid you not, I'm currently reading a book right now about a guy who decided to become a goat for 2 weeks. If he can do it, you can do it. A famous quote reads, I am worth something and I will be big. This is actually by one of my all-time favorite artists, Rebecca Black. From her, I learned that if at first you don't succeed, create a song called Friday. Everyone will love you, but no promise is guaranteed. If you believe in yourself and strive to achieve, maybe one day you too can become Rebecca Black. You know, I think we can all agree that procrastination is really a big problem that has troubled high schools all around, right? Even the most productive of students are affected by it. Yeah, so when I started this speech last night, I realized, man, I should probably get my act together. I needed some inspiration, so I did something that most teenagers would have never thought to do when in a situation like this. I decided to knit for 3 hours. And I actually made like a couple hundred scarves and I have them in the back with me, like $5.99 each, so if you guys just want to come down after graduation and grab some, like, you can hit me up. But anyways, contrary to popular belief, I did not receive the full enlightenment that I was hoping for. One stitch after another, once you get in the motion, you can't really stop, and it's difficult to get other things done. But I'm just joking, I started my speech a while back, and unfortunately I'm not really selling any scarves either, so sorry about that. But yeah, stuff about the knitting is still pretty much true though. It honestly took me a while to start this speech, but once I got the ball rolling, I didn't really struggle at all. I feel as if there are so many different and unique ways to describe our class that I didn't really know where to begin. We are intelligent, sporty, compassionate, motivated, and most of all, savage. Throughout these 4 years, I've learned so many valuable lessons. It was when our beloved K-bars from lunch were discontinued that our lives took a drastic turn for the worst. We all realized just how important this major food group was in our daily diet. But we moved on, and we survived. And here we are today. We are a flexible class that can adapt to any change thrown upon us. Just like when our snack vending machines were replaced by those human machines. I don't know about you, but I cried a little when I couldn't buy zebra cakes every day. But we moved on, and we survived. And remember that major power outage freshman year when we were almost allowed to go home, but then the lights turned back on? A lot of people were pretty bummed electricity came back. But we moved on and we survived. We are a class ready to take on the world one by one, ready to move on and survive. You know, I always thought it was so cool that everyone had their own unique story of how they came and left high school. It honestly feels like just yesterday that I entered Woodbury as a young 4'11" teen, and now today I will be exiting a more mature 4'11" teen. Woodbury High School is full of many time-efficient and busy students. I see my friends and peers always running around all the time, and sometimes I admit their outfits aren't exactly the most coordinated. However, there are usually good reasons for this. I mean, if you have graduation at 11 but gotta go ball at 12, dude, by then all means, I totally understand why you're wearing Jordans underneath your gown. Woodbury, I want you to remember that we are so much more than the Twitter fights that occur oh so often. We know better than to type in the wrong yours when roasting others on social media. We know that autocorrects can't always be trusted. Above all this, we also know not to let others push us down. The future is a struggle. It's definitely not easy. Always keep climbing and never stop until you reach the top. In this room today are two types of people. The ones that are having bittersweet emotions and getting a little teary-eyed. And then there are the ones which are like, come on now, let's chop with the speech early, let's just graduate and go. Whether you belong in the first group or the second, maybe some of both, remember that friendship is magic. And yes, that is a reference from My Little Pony. If you value a friendship, never give up on it. It makes life just a little bit more exciting when you can watch your friends succeed and be there for them when they do. I am genuinely so excited to see where we grow as a group in the future. 4 years is not nearly enough time to get to know each and every person graduating today, but I'm so honored to have met many of you who I call my friends. I could take forever to thank the dozens of influential people that have encouraged me to be the person I am today, but I'd like to keep that short. First off, thank you to my parents and family for your never-ending love and support, and for pushing me to be the person I am today. Thank you to my wonderful friends for keeping me sane and going on fun adventures with me, and for pushing me to be the person I am today. Big thanks to my teachers and advisors for inspiring me to learn and never stop learning, and for pushing me to be the person I am today. Thank you to our principal, Ms. Sorenson Wagner, for approving this speech and being so cool, and for pushing me to be the person I am today. And finally, a never-ending thanks to Google for being the best search engine and always having my back, and for pushing me to be the person I am today. Change is definitely upon us, and whether we like it or not. All right, Woodbury class of 2016, it is now time to bid our farewells to the senior slide and to embrace the freshman 15. Most of us will only stay close with several or so people sitting in this room, and that definitely makes me feel a little sentimental. I'd just like to say that there is no other group of students that I would have wanted to graduate with today, and it was such an honor to experience it with you all. Thank you.
There we go. Good afternoon, friends, family, faculty, district staff, alumni, and distinguished guests. Hunter S. Thompson once said that anything worth doing is worth doing right. For those of you who don't know, our motto here at WHS is excellence in academics, art, and athletics. Whether it be striving for success in the classroom, our award-winning music programs, or our boys lacrosse team finishing a historic undefeated season, our class of 2016 has spent a lot of time these last 4 years making Woodbury excellent by doing it right. However, we weren't always that way. If we could go back in time and see ourselves as young freshmen, we'd have so much advice for ourselves about all the times we experienced and things we chose to do. What seemed promising oftentimes fell up short. And our expectations didn't always match reality. Thank you, one person. That was it. But we learned from our mistakes over the years. We bounced back and discovered that the journey was really more important than the destination. Mr. Welch shares a great quote with his classes that stuck with me. Good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. And I think you'll all agree we've had plenty of bad judgment. But without mistakes here and there, how would we learn? How would we grow? So I have a little piece of magic to illustrate. You see, this rope is like our time in high school. Sure, it has a beginning and it has an end, but those aren't the important parts. It's everything in the middle. All of the good times and bad times adding up. And, like our time in high school, a rope can and was divided. But I'm guessing that the time you spent studying wasn't the same as the time you should have spent studying. But all the good times and bad times add up to make one journey. We're here now together, and we're grateful for that. In fact, some of us graduating is a magic trick. No idea how we pulled that off. But in all seriousness, we've worked hard to get here, and we're amazed at how things can change in such a short time. People we thought were just teachers transformed into friends and mentors. And people we thought were just friends became our greatest inspirations. You know who I'm talking about. Some of these people are sitting right next to you. High school could also be confusing, like a rope with no ends. I know, weird, right? But given the time, drawing on our experiences and learning from them, we always found our way back to normalcy. So I'd like to end with this. Whenever you visit a gravestone, there are two sets of numbers that you see. The first is when the person came, and the second is when they left. But, like the rope, those aren't the important parts. What's important is the little dash in between the two numbers. The smallest part is the most important part. I like that. It tells more of a story than the few numbers do. With that in mind, I have this saying to leave you with. It doesn't matter the things you have, the clothes, the cars, the cash. What matters most is how you live in love and how you spend your dash. Aww. While these 4 years might just have been a small part of your dash, I wish you all the very best, and I truly hope that your time spent here was nothing less than magical. Thank you.
And now, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2016 to Dr. Keith Jacobus, our Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Jacobus, these seniors have met the requirements of the state of Minnesota and Independent School District 833. By the authority vested in me as the principal of Woodbury High School, I certify that the members of this class of 2016 gathered at this ceremony have completed the necessary requirements and are eligible to receive a diploma.
first like to say, Alice, I have never thought of you as short. It's kind of surprising. On behalf of the South Washington County School Board, I am so pleased and honored to accept this class of 2016. I want to thank the staff and the parents, guardians, friends, and all of the people that helped you reach this milestone in your educational career. And I want to thank you for the legacy that you've left at Woodbury High School and our school district. You have shown unbridled kindness, which I think will serve you well and serve the world well as you go out and make your mark. We have great expectations for you, but my personal highest expectation is that you find a meaningful endeavor in your life that helps others and makes you happy. I think happiness is something we don't pursue nearly enough. I also am very pleased and honored to have made it into the yearbook this year for my defeat of Ms. Sorenson Wagner in the Russian egg roulette game. So thank you for that and good luck in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Jacobus. At this time, Ms. Skarsky, Mr. Canton, Mr. Gagnon, Ms. Busnick, Board of Education members, and district administration, please proceed to grant the class of 2016 their diplomas. Will the first row of seniors please stand and come forward to receive your diplomas.
Dylan Barrett, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Zenny Koech.
Alice Wade, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Juliana Cole, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Madison K. Buckholz, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Jordan Coombs.
Jessica Chu, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Loco Cotillo.
Jane Catherine Crosby Schmidt, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Lauren May Kress, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Hannah Jo Hamilton, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Jaya Craning.
William Ho, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Nathan Preuss, magna cum laude.
Michelle Hueron Mao, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Megan Kropidlowski.
Yuka Nakato, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Spencer Kruger, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Athers Pudiath, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Camila Kuchta, magna cum laude.
John Sampson, summa cum laude with distinction.
Joshua Joseph Kiama.
Blake Swanson, summa cum laude with distinction.
Sarah Leona Lagos, German National Honor Society.
Gavin Thomas, summa cum laude with distinction, National Honor Society.
Kelly Lamb, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Mason Aldrich, German National Honor Society.
Larice Adeline Abraham Lamberte.
Julie Abjean, magna cum laude.
Seth Langer.
Caitlin of Leidinger, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Valeria Larios.
Daniel Paul Aboyan, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Alexandra Marie Larson, German National Honor Society.
Matthew Adiola, Avid.
Andrew Larson, magna cum laude.
Pavlis Adabovicius.
Stephanie Paige Larson, German National Honor Society.
Shay Ahern, cum laude.
Isaac Jacob Leinanen.
David Babalola Ajabe.
Trey Lerbeck.
Adam Albright, cum laude.
Jordan Lewis.
Brandon Alden.
Sophia Leva Lundberg, magna cum laude.
Usara Alfani.
Alexis Ray Linneman.
Haley Olmsted, cum laude, German National Honor Society, Avid.
Austin Allen Linscott, German National Honor Society.
Jacob Thomas Anderson, German National Honor Society.
Shane Lombard.
Taylor Renee Anderson Graff, cum laude.
Riley Nicole Linetti, cum laude.
Nathan Stephen Arison.
Stephanie Marie Longar.
Edgar Eduardo Ariano.
Adam Concha Lore, magna cum laude.
Katrina Tiffany Armstrong.
Stephen Lowe, German National Honor Society.
Melissa Oslin, magna cum laude, foreign exchange.
Alexis Mackey, magna cum laude.
Graham Atwood, German National Honor Society.
Christopher Madden.
Arlita Austin.
Rajo Joshua Magdalene, German National Honor Society.
Mike Sean Avia, magna cum laude, Avid.
Benjamin Malacco, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Baker, magna cum laude.
Jared Markison.
Amelia Dorothy Balfany.
Taylor Marshall, cum laude.
Parker Balfany.
Brooke Martin.
Ruby Balfour, Avid. Avid.
Elijah Anthony Mason, Avid.
Megan Ball, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Sarah Massoud, magna cum laude, Art National Honor Society.
Kevin Barboza.
Jemima Mwande, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Elizabeth Barnhart, Avid.
Joshua Major.
Christopher Anthony Bayless.
Michelle Anna McAlpine.
Samuel Merlin Beto.
Laura Kelsey McLaughlin.
Grant Benedict.
Peter Anthony McNiff.
Angela Berglund.
Alexis Andrea Menendez, cum laude.
Haley Biaggi, cum laude.
Jackson Midland, magna cum laude.
Brant Bigler, magna cum laude.
Nicholas Miller.
Brandon Bezick, cum laude.
Paige Miller.
Kaylee Bigger, summa cum laude.
Addison Graham Mills.
Jake Bilski, magna cum laude.
Madeline Mills, magna cum laude.
Alexander Black.
Omar Hassan Mohammed.
Pieris Bland.
Alicia Jean Molino.
Brody Beckman.
Mutia Momo, Abbott.
Maxwell Bonfig, summa cum laude.
Joseph Hope Moore.
Contessa Marie Borman, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Chuyi Mua.
Kelly Bosch, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Isaiah Mua.
Michael Bowman.
Atlantis Rosinski.
Adam Brandmeier, cum laude.
Derek Dayton Muckle.
Jared Brandvik, cum laude.
Brady Terrence Mundall, magna cum laude.
Benjamin Branscom, German National Honor Society.
Javon Monroe.
Devin Breckel.
Aaron Muzzy.
Tyler Easton Brendley, cum laude.
Sarah Myers.
Aaron Brino, magna cum laude.
Dominic Heisinger Nationales, cum laude.
Matthew Evan Roich.
Carter Lewis Nagley.
Logan Brown.
Kayla Nagel.
Kelly Rose Brewitt.
Haya Marie Natwick, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Alexander Allen Brummer, magna cum laude.
Brian Nemchio Neverett Harris.
Natalie Bruno, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Hannah Neckel, summa cum laude, foreign exchange student.
Natalie Butchie.
Annika Nelson, summa cum laude.
Bo Buckeye, cum laude.
Callie Nelson.
Evan T. Budge.
Taylor Ann Nelson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Andrew Burgess.
Cole Neubauer.
Alyssa Burnell, cum laude.
Brandon Wynn.
Mannix Burns, magna cum laude.
Jack Hamlin Niemeyer.
Jessica Karan, magna cum laude.
Jonah Lanier, cum laude.
Anna Cartier.
Charles Nordby, German National Honor Society.
Brianna Chan, summa cum laude.
Garrett Norston.
Grace Catherine Chandler, summa cum laude.
Prince Christopher Nwanacha.
Kelvin Chang, German National Honor Society.
Ekene Durichukwu Okeaporajim, Abbott.
Aaron Chase, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Grant Olson, cum laude.
Rachel Shimoleski, magna cum laude, Abbott.
Lucas Orff.
Sasha Shoporov.
Michael Okada.
Carolina Christensen, magna cum laude.
David Wilk.
Megan Ann Chu.
Margaret Olson, magna cum laude.
Nancy Quing Thao Chu, magna cum laude, Abbott.
Samuel Olson, cum laude.
Christy Chung, magna cum laude.
Ryan Lee Hagel.
Pavlina Clark.
Adam Paluk.
Monet Cheyenne Claypool.
Laura Ann Parker, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Alexander Cleveland.
Luke John Andre Hatnode.
Leah Allison Cody, magna cum laude.
Madeline Pearson, Abbott.
Colin Michael Colbert.
Reese Colorcells, Art National Honor Society.
Joshua Collins, cum laude.
Gabriel Pereira, Abbott.
Jack Condon.
Sylvia Pham, magna cum laude.
Emma Catherine Connell, cum laude.
Alexis Leanne Phillips.
Kendall Tiana Cooper, Abbott.
Whitney K. Phillips.
Zachary Correa, magna cum laude.
Dion Peelboy, Abbott.
Kale Cotto.
Madison Nicole Pierce.
Eva Cox, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Brandon Poe. Avid.
Elena Christine Cressy, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
David Pontius, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Carrie Cullen.
Alexandra Price, German National Honor Society.
Jacob Paul de Heidel.
Luis Gabriel Puga Cordero.
Kathleen Danielson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Joseph Puglisi, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Logan Danielson, magna cum laude.
Kayla Cabral, magna cum laude.
Lena Dow.
Sarah Quinn Reagan.
Grant Davis, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Taylor Lee Raines, magna cum laude.
Isaiah Michael Davis.
Jessica Lynn Reavers.
Zachary Dean.
Robert E. Renning.
Ellie Decker, cum laude.
Jocelyn Ricard, magna cum laude.
Wesley Duell, magna cum laude.
Jordan Ricard, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Edgar Diaz Martinez.
Caitlin Ann Rataka, magna cum laude.
Isaac Denison, Avid.
Allison Roebler.
Erica Donrose, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Demonica Robinson, cum laude.
Logan Thomas Earl Dorley, magna cum laude.
Natalie Robinson, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Ryan Doucette.
Molly Roach, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Emily Douglas, cum laude.
Laura Roberts, summa cum laude, Art National Honor Society.
Abu Jamie Dambuya, Avid.
Kathy Rodriguez.
Mackenzie Dow, magna cum laude.
Marissa Rodriguez.
Annika Dutch, cum laude.
Zachary Rubio Rodriguez.
Hannah Doomer, cum laude.
Ellison Lynn Repke, magna cum laude.
Celine Jemzem Duru.
Christian Charles Rogalski.
Corey Eastison, cum laude.
Youngwoo Ro, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Sarah Eastland, cum laude.
Allison Rowland, magna cum laude.
Tiana Eaton.
Christopher Rolfing, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Ajane Akinde, Avid.
Mason Rooms.
Laurice Ellis, Avid.
Angela Roque Lopez.
Alexander Erickson.
Jack Rutherford, cum laude.
Ahizoje Godstime Aramoselli, Avid.
Rodney Wayne Rugele.
Bronson Evans Scott, Avid.
Corinne Tisland Ruiz.
Millie Rose Ferguson.
Lauren Runquist, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Ashley Ferry.
Jackson Seiss, Abbott.
Parker Douglas Field, cum laude.
Allison Elizabeth Sauber.
Anne-Marie Fisher, magna cum laude.
Sean Douglas Sau, cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Jordan Joseph Fitzenberger.
Brian Schlepp.
Jack Flaherty.
Kaylee Lynn Schlenker, magna cum laude.
Colin Flanagan.
Caleb Andrew Schut, summa cum laude.
Kevon Lee Fontaine.
Zachary Sherman, magna cum laude.
Christian Fredericks.
Kylie Schramm.
Ashley Frisk, summa cum laude.
Katie Schulte.
Cameron Frost, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
McKenna Jade Scott.
Sarah Catherine Frost, Avid.
Haley Seidenkrantz, magna cum laude.
Brenna Robin Fear, National Honor Society.
Monica Shaw, magna cum laude.
John P. Gardner II.
Kieran Angela Charbonneau.
Nicholas John Gardner, summa cum laude.
Logan Sharp, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Megan Garvin, magna cum laude.
Samuel Shelton.
Nicholas John Gert, cum laude.
Walker Randy Silla, summa cum laude.
Matthew David Geislinger.
Caitlin Simons, cum laude.
Kira Gafford.
Linnea Jean Skog, German National Honor Society.
Brian Giesel.
Francis Smith, cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Caitlin Gillen, German National Honor Society.
Kevin Smith, German National Honor Society.
Molly Glazier, magna cum laude.
Crane Soley.
Xavier Glover. Be the Dream, Avid.
Madison Gabriela Sosa.
Christia Gonzalez.
Sarah Joyce Spanbauer.
Emmanuel Chance Grace.
Stephanie Spano.
Leonisa Green.
Maria Sathopoulos, summa cum laude.
Jordan Group.
Nikos Sathopoulos, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Brittany Griffey, Avid.
Elizabeth Ann Stephenson.
Amanda Gullickson, magna cum laude.
Michaela
Benjamin Gustafson, German National Honor Society.
William Swenson.
Tyler Gustafson, cum laude.
Kimberly Taplin.
Emily Hagmeyer, magna cum laude.
Tamar Tedla.
Jared Halfman.
Fuchi Ta, Abbott.
Connor Hallinan, magna cum laude.
Joshua Kang Tao.
Ellie Hansen, cum laude.
Tanner Tice, magna cum laude.
Jessica Hansen, cum laude.
Sharak Riadoris.
Kayla Harold, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Alejandro Simeon Codica.
Eeyore Harris.
Brooke Tolles, cum laude.
James Matthew Harris.
Gabriel R. Travers, cum laude.
Marcus Grant Hathaway.
Austin Michael Treader, cum laude.
Raymond Russell Hathaway.
Matthew Tremert.
Kayla Madison Haugen.
Brandon Tricoletti, cum laude.
Matthew Jeffrey Hausworth.
Connor Tricoletti, German National Honor Society.
Nicholas Hout, cum laude.
Justin Cheetah.
Brooke Hayes, magna cum laude.
Marshall Theodore Cheetah.
Brady Thomas Hedberg.
Lydia Tuhig, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Raven Burr.
Grant Bay.
Alexa M. Heed.
Sienna Bang, magna cum laude.
Megan Hill.
Joseph Bang, Abbott.
Abby Hines.
Kimberly Pia Bang.
Madeline Hodgkins.
Madeline Luna Bang, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Megan Hole, cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Jackson Joseph Vaughn.
Alexis L. Holcomb.
Nicholas James Verhulst, German National Honor Society.
Chandler Lee Holcomb.
Divya Bundamonte, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Brianna Daly Holtz, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Kelly Wacker, magna cum laude.
Sebastian Holte Mansera.
Madison Wall, summa cum laude.
Mitchell Odine Horn.
Nicholas Wells, cum laude.
Brandon Arthur Hudson.
Joshua Wangerin.
Margaret Humsey, cum laude.
Ethan Wanlas, summa cum laude.
Madeline Hunt.
Chelsea Amantha Taylor Ward.
Jesse Podesky.
Blair Wareham.
Amber Ignashevsky, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Grace Weber, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Christopher Imsdahl, cum laude.
Christopher Weaver.
Michael Isa, Abbott.
Andrew Wheel.
Alexis Jean Jacobs.
Kendra Wyrens.
Austin Jacobs, Abbott.
Logan Welch.
Ian Michael James.
Kelsey Wenzel, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Gabriel Hardio, summa cum laude.
Tori Westfall, cum laude.
Madison Elizabeth Jeseritz, magna cum laude.
Thomas White.
Cassie Johnson, magna cum laude.
Zachary Victoria, magna cum laude.
Emily Johnson, magna cum laude.
Zachary Weil, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Kylie Rose Johnson.
Lindsay Ann Wildenauer, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Peyton Josephine Johnson.
Olivia Ray Williams.
Edward Andrew Jones.
Austin Miles Rodenhouse.
Emily Anna Jones.
Mela Werku.
Nathan Jorenby.
Christine Wu, magna cum laude, Art National Honor Society.
Taya Larissa Eutner.
Shiyu Shisheng Shang, cum laude.
Mackenzie Kennedy Kane, cum laude and avid.
Diana D. Shang, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Anita Calatur, cum laude.
Gao Li Sheng, cum laude, German National Honor Society, Abbott.
Kaylee Jade Kangas, summa cum laude.
Mua Sheng, Abbott.
Benjamin Robert Kenya.
Sharon Sheng.
Barrett Kapler, German National Honor Society.
Sinsai Sheng.
Kimberly Kiesling, magna cum laude.
Kincaid Ya.
Aaliyah Kelly.
Krista Yang, Art National Honor Society.
Hassan Ali Kreis, summa cum laude.
Sunny Peng Yang, cum laude.
Rhodas Kidane.
Darian Yearn Ying.
Christine Ann Kilroy.
Erin Nicole Zucker, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
David Kim, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Aaron Peckley.
Austin Kinsey, summa cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Jordan Manuel.
Creo James Kipka Sari.
Andrea Rabus.
Jace Keenan Klinkner. Caitlin Rianne Knutson, summa cum laude.
Graduates, please move your tassels from the right side of your hat to the left side, signifying your status as graduates of Woodbury High School. The Royal Rouser will be played as the final activity of this commencement ceremony. Please listen to it, this time as a graduate of Woodbury High School. At its conclusion, that special moment will come when students toss their hats to the wind and begin their new adventure. Parents, you may want to get your cameras ready. Mr. Katzenmeyer, the Royal Rouser.